At least 19 people dead in explosion at Ariana Grande's concert. At least 19 people were killed by an explosion that went off at the end of American pop singer Ariana Grande's concert in Manchester yesterday. An explosion went off at around 10:30 p.m. at Manchester Arena on Monday night. The blast took place as people were leaving the venue. A single explosion reportedly struck the foyer opposite the Manchester Victoria Transit Station. Reports say a nail bomb was used in the attack. More than 50 people were injured in the blast, including many teenage girls who were at the concert. UK authorities are treating the attack as a possible terrorist incident. Panicked family members and friends were reportedly flooding social media with pleas for information regarding their children and loved ones moments after the blast.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Not even concerts are safe anymore.
Rapper Troy Ave arrested over deadly concert shooting. Hip-hop fans fled for their lives when shots were fired at a T.I. show in New York on Wednesday night. One man died from gunshot wounds, while 3 others were injured, including rapper Troy Ave. Troy Ave was also arrested by police, who released this surveillance footage. The tape appears to show the Brownsville rapper bursting into a backstage room and firing a shot as onlookers dive for cover. Reports said Troy Ave had an ongoing beef with another rapper, Mano. Both were scheduled to perform at the Irving Plaza gig. According to police, the trouble started when Mano finished performing and came off stage. Reports said a brawl broke out backstage between members of Troy Ave and Mano's crews, but it was unclear exactly who was involved. What started as a fistfight quickly escalated into something far more serious when shots were fired. According to police, at least 5 shots were fired from a 9mm handgun, with Troy Ave the prime suspect. Troy Ave's bodyguard Ronald Edgar McFatter was shot in the stomach and later died in the hospital. According to McFatter's mother, the victim had known Troy Ave since junior high school. Amid the chaos, concert-goer Chris Vinson was shot in the abdomen. Meanwhile, model Maggie Hextall was shot in the leg. Both were in stable condition in the hospital. Reports said Troy Ave also shot himself, accidentally, in the leg. With gunshots ringing out backstage, members of the audience panicked and ran for cover. Reports said that a stampede broke out as terrified concertgoers rushed for the exits. Police said some members of the rapper's entourages had refused to cooperate with the investigation. Troy Ave, real name Roland Collins, was arrested at the hospital after receiving treatment on his leg. He is charged with attempted murder and 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon. However, Troy Ave is expected to face a murder charge over McFatter's death when police receive the results of a ballistics test.
80 people killed at Bataclan concert hall during Paris attacks. A series of deadly attacks occurred in Paris on Friday night, leaving at least 120 victims dead. At the Bataclan concert hall, a sold-out show with 1,500 spectators turned into what one witness described as a bloodbath on Friday night. Towards the end of the concert, gunmen entered the concert hall and opened fire. The attack reportedly lasted between 10 and 15 minutes, and 80 victims were killed. More than 100 people were taken hostage during the attack before they were rescued by police. Security forces entered the building just after midnight, and 4 gunmen were killed. 3 of them were wearing explosive belts. Rescue workers responded to the crises, and around 200 people were injured in the attacks across Paris. Attacks also took place around the same time on Friday night at the Stade de France and several restaurants, including Le Petit Cambodge, where at least 14 people were killed. There were attacks on 5 locations across Paris, and a total of 8 attackers were killed, including suicide bombers. 1,500 military personnel were sent out in response to the attacks.
Stage collapses during high school musical.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Ventilation shaft caves in during concert in South Korea, killing 16. At least 16 people died on Friday evening after a ventilation shaft collapsed at a concert in South Korea. A provincial agency was holding a concert at the Pongyo Techno Valley in Seongnam on Friday. About 700 people were watching several bands perform, including the popular girl band 4 Minute. About 20 to 30 people stood on top of a ventilation shaft to get a better view. The shaft, which was connected to an underground parking area, could not withstand the weight and broke apart. The group fell about 10 meters through the grate. 12 people died at the scene, and several others died at the hospital. Authorities said the death toll is likely to rise.